I'm not too thrilled about her being the product of a broken home. But I guess I can give her a chance. What did you say?
Trouble Busters!
Wow, look at all these people who've come to celebrate with us. I'm so happy.
And from this day on, I'm gonna make you even happier.
I wish my son could have picked a more suitable wife for himself, but what can I do? Well, I'll just have to put up with her, I guess. Did you hear her?
Hey, Mom, how can you talk about Helen like that?
Whoa, whoopsie daisy.
Ugh, she's totally plastered.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy that you all came here to celebrate my son's funeral. Oh, wait. I mean wedding.
For the love of... Knock it off, Mom. This is embarrassing.
You're embarrassed. I'm the one who's embarrassed.
What?
You all know that while my little Josh may be a very young man, he's already an upstanding and responsible member of society. Really, he's a wonderful young man. I was confident that he would marry a wise and lovely girl, and the two of them would go on to have lots of children and live happily ever after, like something out of a fairy tale. But he chose her. Honestly, I'm not too thrilled about her being the product of a broken home, but I guess I can give her a chance.
Mom, that's enough. You need to stop this right now. Dad! Dad, where are you?
He just got a phone call and stepped outside. It's all right, Josh. I'm your mother. I understand. She's not at all the kind of girl who you really wanted to marry.
Good grief.
Get this, everyone. You know Helen here? She was raised by a single mother. Can you believe that? She might as well have been raised by a wild pack of wolves in the wild.
Mom, I won't stand for this.
My Josh graduated from a top-tier university, has a top-tier job at a top-tier company, but Helen, she's nothing. Wow, I had no idea how opposed Josh's mom was to us getting married. This hurts. My name is Helen. We're currently in the middle of my wedding to my husband Josh, who is 4 years younger than me. When I think about it, his mom really started spiraling out of control the first time she met my mom. What's this? Is your husband busy at work today? I'm not married. What? My oh my, you're a single mother? I had no idea. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that your mother looks so young. I thought for sure she'd be married. Well, actually, I had Helen when I was just 18. When you were 18? Goodness gracious, that is young. Dear me.
Mom, come on, that's enough. I'm terribly sorry about that.
Oh, that's right. We need to talk about the wedding.
Yeah, we were thinking about renting out a restaurant and having sort of a buffet-style dinner.
No way.
No way?
I won't allow my only son to debase himself with such a vulgar, lower-class style of wedding. It's beneath you.
What's wrong with a buffet?
Everything. Remember, the guests at this wedding venue aren't just going to be family members. There'll be people from your father's company and your company to make sure the wedding is up to their standards.
But, Mom...
No buts. You can leave all the planning to me. I'll make all the decisions. And that's why we're having this extravagant, gaudy wedding. I was surprised at how young Helen's mother looked. And then she told me that she had Helen when she was only 18. Can you believe it? And look at her outfit. It's so utterly inappropriate for her age. Can you believe that this is the mother of a 30-year-old woman?
Mom, enough!
How can she be talking like this? And if this is how her mother carries herself, what does that tell you about Helen? I don't care what she says about me. I can handle it. She has no right to insult my mom after how hard she worked to take care of me. Not to mention she's 4 years older than Josh. I'm terribly concerned about their future together. So if there's anything you can do to give Josh some much-needed emotional support, I'd be extraordinarily grateful to you.
She's not going to get away with this. Trouble buster.
I'm putting a stop to this.
What? What's the matter, dear?
Today was supposed to be the happiest day in their lives for Josh and Helen. Do you hear yourself? Do you have any idea what you're saying?
Of course I do. I'm only telling the truth. Josh could do far better than that girl. He's too kind-hearted to let Helen down, that's all.
Nonsense. That's complete nonsense. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your deplorable behavior has ruined this wedding.
Ashamed? Of what? Only thing I'm ashamed of is my son is marrying the product of a broken home.
Don't you think you've said enough? For real, though, I feel sorry for poor Helen.
Wait a minute, you all think I'm in the wrong?
I think it's my turn to speak now.
What?
You have one thing right. I was raised by a single mother. But my mother worked herself to the bone to make sure I had everything I needed.
That's exactly as I thought. She spent all of her time working and never had any time to spend with her poor, lonely daughter. That's always the case for broken homes. Kids never turn out well without a father's presence. Am I right, everyone? You all agree, don't you?
Well, I don't think it's fair to say never. I mean, sure, it's better to have your mom and dad around, but it doesn't seem fair to judge someone just based on their family structure.
What the? Hey, come on. Why are you taking her side?
My mom always kept the house neat and tidy, and I always had plenty of healthy, delicious food to eat. Helen.
And what's so impressive about that? That's nothing special. That's the bare minimum. You're just fine saying in front of everyone here that your mom did just the bare minimum for you. You never even went to college. All you are is an uneducated, impoverished peasant.
Just when I thought you couldn't stoop any lower. What does college have to do with anything?
For the record, my mom did do her best to get me to go to college, but I started working straight out of high school of my own volition.
Your own volition. Admit it, you just couldn't afford it. Try as they might, there's just no way a single mother could make enough money on her own to send a child to college.
You're wrong. It wasn't about the money at all.
Oh yeah? Then tell me the real reason.
Why would I waste my time and money going to college when there was nothing I wanted to do with the college degree? It would be completely pointless. To this day, I have absolutely no regrets about not going to college. I'm glad I didn't go, actually.
No one's buying your fake stoicism, Helen. Seriously, you're just making yourself look even more pathetic with that sappy little speech.
It's true that I didn't have a father in the house, but I wouldn't change a single thing about how I was brought up. I have no idea what it is that you hate so much about single mothers. But if you're going to talk about my mom like this, then I'm never going to accept you as my mother-in-law.
Can you believe this, everyone? What an appalling lack of respect for me. In my day, this sort of attitude would never be tolerated. No matter what sort of verbal abuse my mother-in-law hurled at me, I stood there and took it. That's what you're supposed to do. I never even thought to talk back to her, not even once. I knew my place. I was a good daughter-in-law.
Well, I'm terribly sorry for not being a good daughter-in-law.
As you should be. Marriage is an arrangement between two families. Personal feelings have nothing to do with it.
I've heard more than enough out of your foul-mouthed woman. Now be quiet.
Dear.
Cool down that hot head of yours for a second and think about what you're saying. You're Josh's mother. Your number one priority should be his happiness, not yours.
Haven't you been listening? I am prioritizing his happiness. Why else would I be doing this?
Once again, that's utter nonsense. You're only thinking about yourself. You're drunk. Now come outside with me. You need to sober up.
I'm not drunk. My mind is crystal clear.
If your mind was really clear, then you wouldn't be berating your own son's wife at his wedding, you fool!
But dear, if I don't do something now, Josh won't have any chance of a happy future. How can you just be standing there while Josh is marching straight towards a life of misery and suffering? Don't you care about him at all?
If you're so serious, why don't you go ahead and lay out exactly what you hate so much about single parents?
I've been trying to tell you that this entire time. People raised in single-parent homes have no idea what a normal family looks like. Almost makes me want to cry when I think about the possibility that Helen and Josh will have children. They're gonna suffer so much because of her. Think about it. You never even knew your father, did you, Helen? Well, I'm waiting, Helen. Did you know your father at all?
You're mostly right. All my memories of my dad are from when I was very young. It used to make me so jealous and sad to see my friends walking around with both their mom and their dad. But just because one of your parents is gone doesn't mean your life will necessarily turn out any worse. That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I'm the ridiculous one.
In any case, I'm fully committed to building up a positive, happy household together with Josh as my husband. What happened with my father and how I grew up have no bearing on what kind of family life I'm going to have from now on.
You're delusional. You'll never have a happy family.
And what makes you so confident about that, Think about what you've seen from Helen up until now. What faults have you found in her? As far as I've seen, she'll be a wonderful wife. Admit it, you're just bitter that she's stealing your precious son away from you.
You don't know anything about her. You've barely even interacted with her up until now. You're in no position to be supporting her.
You want to know how I know she'll be a good wife? All the evidence I need of that is the smile on Josh's face whenever he looks at her. Why can't you see that?
Both Josh and you are out of your mind. She's tricking you. She'll show her true face sooner or later. You'll see.
Her true face, is it? I think that everyone here today would say you've revealed your true face. We've been married for 30 years now, and I never thought I would see the day that you would say such terrible, deplorable things, and at our son's wedding.
You don't know anything, dear. No one thinks like you here. I've taken great care over the years to curate the kind of people I spend my time with. And to think, after all the trouble I went to, my son would choose Helen, the product of a broken home. Scandalous. It's enough to drive me to drink. That's why I'm drinking. Every single person in this room today agrees with me. They're all just too kind and sensitive to tell Helen's mother what they really think of her. Oh, this is the saddest day of my life. What'll become of my family? My only hope is that Josh will see reason before it's too late. Call off this disastrous wedding. Well, Josh, have my words gotten through to you? You see her for what she is now? Don't worry, you can leave everything to your mother. I'll find you a better woman from a proper family.
A better woman? Are you out of your mind? There's no one out there for me but Helen. You don't know the first thing about Helen or her mother, and I will not allow you to continue to talk about them like this.
Josh.
When I first met Helen, I knew right away that she was a kind and caring woman. I don't care what you think of her. I'm staying right by her side forever.
Thank you, Josh. I'm sorry that I'm not up to your family standards, but I'm going to still do my hardest to be the best wife for you that I can be.
Ugh, such a shameless display. Just look at how disgusted all the guests are. Can you see the looks on their faces?
They're disgusted at you, Mom, not us. If you don't accept our love, then you can get out.
You silly little boy, you still don't get it.
No, you don't get it. After seeing your behavior today and the way you've been speaking, it makes me so embarrassed that I'm starting to wish that I was raised by a single father instead.
How dare you talk to me that way? I am your mother. Being with that woman has poisoned your mind, Josh. She turned you into the kind of person she is. Well, you've made your bed, Josh. Now you can lie in it. Don't expect any help from me when you start regretting this. You'll never set foot in our house again.
Fine by me.
I didn't raise you to be such an idiot, Josh. You disappoint me.
If I may have a word? You see, I also lacked a parent when I was growing up. Actually, I had no parents. I was raised in an orphanage.
What?
I suppose that makes things awkward for you, eh? It must be so traumatic for you to have to share the same room with someone of as lowly stature as me. Should I step outside then?
No, you don't need to do that. I mean, that's not what I was trying to say.
Really? It seemed pretty straightforward to me.
Well, it's just that I had never known that about you, sir. If I had known that, I would have never. I just guess it shows that rags to riches stories do really happen. You did well for yourself.
Oh, wow, the secondhand embarrassment is too much. I know, right? It's so bad.
Wait, hold on. You got the wrong idea. My issue isn't that she was raised by a single mother. It's something much more serious than that.
Oh, is it now? Well, then let's hear it.
I'm getting to it. You see, the real issue is that her mother gave birth at such a young age. A child at 18? What's that tell you about her moral fiber?
Moral fiber? Excuse me? You've got something to say about my mom, then spit it out.
Isn't it obvious? She couldn't have been a proper adult at only 18. Becoming a mother in high school? I think the implications of that are pretty clear to everyone.
I suppose 18 is quite young.
Right? Now do you see what I was trying to say? I'm glad you all understand where I'm coming from. A child having a child is downright scandalous.
While we're on the topic, tell me, how old was your mother when she gave birth to you? You have me curious.
Who, me? I was born the normal, healthy way, when my mom was in her early 30s. I was her first child, too, so I suppose that might make me a little on the late side.
Ah, is that so? Well then, I suppose that means you had a wonderful upbringing and responsible parents.
I most certainly did. My parents were serious, hardworking people, real class acts. They were raised that way, you know? From the time they were young, their parents were very strict disciplinarians.
That's wonderful to hear. It's good to instill discipline in young children.
Indeed. They had a certain sophistication that young mothers just can't understand. They raised me to be a daughter who would never, ever disappoint them, no matter what path I took in life. They were very proud of me. They told me all the time.
I see. A daughter who would never disappoint them, eh?
And I raised my son Josh the same way as my parents raised me. Or at least I tried. I have no idea where I went wrong. How did he turn out like this?
Whatever do you mean? I'd say he's matured into a marvelous young man. In particular, I give him high marks for his ability to pick a wife of good character.
Good character? What?
There's one more thing I haven't told you about my upbringing. The truth is, my mother gave birth to me while still in high school, just like Helen's mother.
Huh?
I'm not sure precisely how old she was. Perhaps she was even younger than Helen's mother at the time.
Oh, that's interesting.
It seems to me like the circumstances of one's birth aren't too important in the long run. Granted, it's certainly a wonderful thing to have both your mother and father raise you, but I don't see how Helen's upbringing has had any negative impacts on her at all.
Well, there are, she also, but she's,
Meanwhile, despite having a normal and proper birth to a mother in her early 30s in a two-parent household, you've been acting positively shamefully this entire wedding, deeply disturbing all of the other guests.
That's not...
I have to admit, he's got you dead to rights. Don't you feel the slightest bit ashamed of how you behaved in front of all the guests here? And after you gave your sanctimonious speech about how your parents taught you discipline?
Oh.
I'll have you know, Mom, that I gave my all every single day of the week in order to teach Helen all the life lessons that she would need to make something out of herself. Manners, hard work, frugality. If nothing else, I've taught her well enough that she would never do something like getting wasted at a wedding and embarrassing her family. You're free to criticize me all you want. I've heard far worse from far better people than you. But I take pride in the way I raised Helen and the woman she's become. So I won't stand here to hear her mocked and insulted, especially not by you. So if I ever catch wind of you saying any untoward things to or about my precious Helen, then you're going to be hearing from me. And that's a promise.
Ugh.
I take pride in the fact that, regardless of my birth circumstances and difficult childhood, I was able to fight my way to the top and one day become the CEO of a successful corporation. I have to say, I agree 100% with what Helen's mother said just now. Taking pride in yourself and living your life to the best of your capabilities is a wonderful thing. If you can do that, then why care what the haters and losers have to say?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Was that an apology to me? I'm not the one you should apologize to.
I'm sorry, Helen.
Since you're my husband's mother, I'd like to do whatever I can to have a positive relationship with you. However, it's going to take some time for me to get over this, so I think we'll keep our distance for a while.
You can't do that.
I completely agree. What happened today isn't the sort of thing that can be fixed by just saying, I'm sorry. You can take all the time you need, and Mom, you're gonna have to deal with that.
Josh, no.
Due to everything that had happened, we decided to cancel the wedding in the end and offered our apologies to all the guests. It seemed that the embarrassment that awful outburst caused Josh's father was too much to handle, and since he felt there was no going back to normal, he hired an attorney and sued for divorce. Since it was her behavior that led to the cancellation of the wedding, he also sued her for the full cost, including the venue fee, catering fee, and everything else.
This is outrageous. Why is everything so expensive? I'll never be able to pay this.
Are you going senile? You planned the whole thing! And didn't Dad tell you you'll be able to pay for it with the alimony you're getting from him?
I know that, but if I use that money to pay for the wedding, I'll be left with practically nothing.
How am I supposed to live from now on?
Why don't you just get a job? Anyway, it's your problem. Don't call us for a while. Goodbye. Helen, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I was just happy to be standing next to you wearing my gorgeous white dress. It was honestly pretty disheartening that the wedding was called off, but I've put all that behind me now. What matters most is that we move forward to build our family together as husband and wife. Troublebusters.